My wife Elena, 28 female, and I, 29 male, bought our first house 2 years ago. My parents, particularly my mother, we'll call her Janet, had a severe problem with personal boundaries. Janet believed that because she gave us a $2,000 gift towards our closing cost, our house was essentially family property. She demanded a spare key for emergencies. Against Elena's warning, I gave in and kept the peace. Within 3 months, Janet abused the key constantly. She would let herself in our home unannounced while we were at work to reorganize our kitchen cabinets, criticize our decor, or leave passive-aggressive notes about our housekeeping. The final straw came when Elena walked out of the shower on a Saturday morning to find my mother standing in our hallway with 2 of her friends, giving them a tour of the private master bedroom without even knocking first. Elena gave me an ultimatum. Change the locks and take back control, or she was moving back to her parents' house. I immediately changed the deadbolts to smart digital keypad locks, changed the codes, and told my mother that her drop-ins were over. Janet threw a massive tantrum, calling Elena a wedge driving the family apart. 6 months later, my younger brother was getting married at an upscale estate venue 2 hours away. Elena and I were both in the wedding party, and on the day of the wedding, while we were at the venue getting ready, my phone started blowing up with notifications from our home security Ring camera. I opened the live camera feed on my phone and was completely horrified. My mother had hired a professional locksmith and was standing on the front porch trying to get him to drill out our brand new smart locks. I answered through the video doorbell speaker and asked her what on earth she was doing. Janet looked right at the camera and smugly said, "You locked me out of my son's house, so I'm getting a new key made. I need to borrow Elena's designer wedding guest dress and jewelry for your cousins who forgot their outfits." I told the locksmith over the speaker that he was assisting in breaking and entering on private property without the homeowner's consent. The locksmith panicked, refused to drill the lock, packed his tools, and drove away while my mother was screaming at him. Furious that her plan failed, Janet called my brother, the groom, crying, claiming that Elena and I were harassing her and trying to ruin my brother's wedding day. My brother called me 30 minutes before his ceremony, screaming at me for making our mother cry on his big day and threatening to kick us out of the wedding. Instead of arguing, I saved the high-definition security footage showing my mother attempting to break into our home with the locksmith and sent it directly to my brother, his fiancé, and my father. When my brother saw the video proof of our mother trying to break into my house on his wedding morning, his attitude completely flipped. My father was so mortified by my mother's unhinged behavior that he threatened to leave the venue if she didn't apologize immediately. My mother was forced to sit in the back row during the ceremony, completely isolated from the rest of the family. Following the wedding, Elena and I installed a full perimeter security system with live monitoring. We sent my mother a formal cease and desist letter from a lawyer warning her that any future trespass on our property would result in an immediate police response and a restraining order. Seeing the legal consequences, my mother finally backed off. It took a long time, but setting that impenetrable boundary saved my marriage. Today, Elena and I have a peaceful home, a healthy baby on the way, and my mother is only allowed to visit on our terms, with advance permission for short supervised visits. And why is it always the entitled mother-in-laws that think that they have audacity? There are so many stories like this, and I read them just because it's entertaining, but for Pete's sake. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to follow the page. I have a playlist here on my page of all of the stories that I have read so far. And if you like full stories read by a human being and not AI, follow, like, share these videos, because the more these videos get out to other people on the FYP, the more views, and because there's so many AI incomplete, part 1, part 2, part 3, and sometimes they're not even posted. So follow along because I only post full stories. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.